I used to work the night shift at a steel factory outside Pittsburgh. The factory was old, over 70 years old, and surrounded by endless woods. Most workers avoided talking about its history, but rumors spread everywhere. People said a worker had died in the furnace decades ago. Others claimed they heard voices coming from empty hallways at night. Some even swore they had seen a tall shadow walking near the blast furnaces after midnight. I never believed any of it. Ghost stories were just stories. At least, that's what I thought. One winter night I was asleep when my phone rang. I checked the time. 2:03 a.m. The caller ID showed the factory's number. Confused, I answered. Hello? The voice on the other end was my manager, Mr. Collins. Ethan, get to the factory right now. He sounded terrified. There's a fire in Building C. Hurry! The call ended. I jumped out of bed, grabbed my keys, and drove through the freezing night. The roads were empty. As I approached the factory, something felt wrong. There were no fire trucks, no smoke, no flashing emergency lights. Everything was completely dark. I parked outside and called my manager back. No answer. Thinking he might be trapped inside, I rushed through the main entrance. The factory was silent, too silent. The massive machines stood motionless in the darkness. Then I heard it. A loud metallic bang from Building C. Clang! My heart raced. Mr. Collins, I shouted. No response. I followed the sound deeper into the factory. The farther I walked, the colder the air became. Then I noticed something strange. Fresh, muddy footprints covered the floor. Only one set. As if someone had walked into Building C. But none came back out. I followed them. The footprints led to the old furnace room, a section of the factory that had been abandoned for years after a fatal accident. The giant steel door stood slightly open. I pushed it wider. Inside, my flashlight revealed rusted equipment covered in dust. And in the center of the room, a man was standing beside the furnace. His back was facing me. Mr. Collins? I called. Slowly, the figure turned around. My blood froze. It wasn't my manager. The man's skin looked burned black. Pieces of melted flesh hung from his face. His eyes were completely white. Then he smiled. A horrible, impossible smile. My phone suddenly vibrated. I glanced at the screen. A new message from a coworker. Don't go to the factory tonight. Mr. Collins died yesterday in a car accident. I stared at the message. My hands started shaking. If Mr. Collins had died yesterday, then who called me? The burned figure took a step toward me, then another and another. The furnace behind him suddenly roared to life. Bright orange flames exploded inside. The entire room filled with the smell of burning flesh. The figure pointed directly at me. Then, in my manager's voice, it whispered, "You're late." I ran. I don't remember how I got out. I only remember hearing heavy footsteps chasing me through the factory. When I finally reached my car, I sped away without looking back. The next morning, I quit my job. A week later, I met one of the older workers. When I told him what happened, the color drained from his face. He said the burned man matched the description of a worker who had fallen into the furnace in 1978. But that wasn't the part that terrified me. According to him, every few years, someone receives a phone call from inside the factory in the middle of the night. The caller always sounds familiar. A manager, a co-worker, a friend. The call always says the same thing. Come to the factory, there's an emergency, and the people who follow the voice are never seen again. next night at exactly 2:03 a.m., my phone rang again. The caller ID showed the factory's number. This time I didn't answer.